Hey, I started weird. Hi, all you kings and queens. That's not better. Okay, we're going to talk about currency, as it is probably going to be implemented this turn. Let's do that. I'm just going to kind of read this and explain it. Currency is awarded at a 4-to-1 VP ratio, that says ration, at the end of the game if it's still active. Get into how it can and cannot be active later. The first kingdom to 500 total kingdom points will create a currency. The next person can create their own at 1,000, and then again at 1,500, and so on, down the milestone tracker. When you create a currency, you must build a bank. This is a requirement for the person building it. And next, you try to gain other kingdoms to join your currency so it will last. You have 5 rounds to attempt to have at least 2 other kingdoms join. So it has to have 3 total. The currency crashes after 5 rounds if you do not. Lastly, you choose one of the 2 options. You can either A, spread the wealth, where each kingdom will start with 50 currency, including yourself, and the market will enter stable. Or there's capital wealth, where your kingdom starts with 70, and then you hand out personally to whatever kingdom you want, 60, 50, 40, and etc. It is important that all the other kingdoms will need to build a bank at 5 stone and 20 luxury if they want to opt into currency as well, which is we'll talk about here. Joining kingdoms. Kingdom can join the currency by creating a bank. By spending 5 stone, 20 luxury, they gain +3 happiness, plus the first time payment for the currency. Every turn, everyone will get 5 currency. And this, the first time payment, just alludes to whether it's going to be 50 or whether it's going to be capital wealth diminutive. And then every turn after that, you'll all get 5 currency per turn. This is meant to be like the kind of the trading power in the game, because at the end it'll equal victory points, but it only really works if everyone starts using it. So that's up to you guys. You can now access the production via the market, and this is important, you cannot choose to accept these changes due to your people now working for money. So essentially, if you join currency, you're beholden to how the market performs. If it's performing really well, then maybe it'll be 10 KP equals 20 carpentry. If it's not performing well, maybe it's 10 KP only produces 5 carpentry. And we'll talk about how it can be stable, unstable, and maybe volatile or even performative, doing better, obviously, depending on what the starter of it does. It'll change it a little bit. You can now trade, and you can unlock the invest skill for all kingdoms that opt in. Now, if you wish to abstain from currency, kingdoms that create a bank and accept currency will have -1 turn. I think this means that don't create a bank and don't accept currency will sorry about that, will have a -1 happiness on each turn for their kingdom, unless you have level 2 devotions to Ilkin the Bastard. This is being done because your people are working, but they're not getting paid. However, the bonus is you are not affected by the production of the market changes. So if the market's not doing well, you're still at that 1-to-1 ratio because you have that one little Whispers hex. Stability. Stability will be based on how evenly the total currency is laid out. For example, if there are 4 kingdoms that adopt currency, then it is a balanced economy because there should be 20 gold being rewarded per turn because each kingdom gets 5. That's what the ratio is based on. But if one kingdom is taking 9 and another is taking 3, if one kingdom is taking 9 and 3 other kingdoms are taking 7, then there's overspending because it still should be at that 20. And that means that the market's going to get worse and you're going to get closer to crashing. However, if one kingdom is taking 8 and all other kingdoms are taking 4, then there's a balanced 20 gold and the market will be stable. So it's all about all of the kingdoms added up. How close does that equal the 5 rule book? And if everyone's trying to take more, then it's going to be bad. Market stabilization will affect the stability of the effect on production multipliers. Once again, production multipliers, it's very important to be stated, are right here. It has nothing to do with buff multipliers, but it has everything to do with unit modifiers right here. So this hunting grounds to produce agriculture in a good market could go to 1.5. So now, you would just enter all your calculations regularly, and then you would do a 1.5 modifier if it's going poorly. Maybe it would be down to a 0.75, and then it'll be weaker. Okay, good. Let's go back to currency, shall we? Stable market will have small adjustments to production unit modifiers. If the market is stable, the adjustments will mainly be positive, make things cheaper. If the market becomes weaker, the overall production unit modifiers will turn to make production moderately more expensive, and then overspending, they're going to be volatile, aggressive, and unpredictable. Now, that might be good, right? That might mean that we're at a 5-to-1 for swells this turn, but we're at a 1-to-10 for whispers. Military effects, you can buy military units with currency. That is 20 currency to create one base unit. So that's gonna how you can buy units. A currency crash will occur if the currency becomes too weak or if there's too much overspending. Another way the currency can crash is if two kingdoms are spending a currency, so there's not enough unless they have more than 12 cities between them. For currency crashes, everyone that had a bank at the time will take a -10 happiness, minus another 1d12 happiness. Also, the end game currency to victory points in ratio for the currency, because it was 4-to-1. This should be 4-to-1. Now goes to 100-to-1. You can also no longer gain the currency each turn, and the market production modifiers will go to 0.5 and lower by 0.1 per turn until the market has recovered. So that's a bummer for, that would be 5 turns. You're going to be producing less resources. A new currency can be made after the market is stabilized by whoever has the highest amount in entertainment. Beautiful. I think that is it. I want everyone to listen to this, hopefully, and make up your own decision if you're going to be joining or not. Thanks.